Priatelia, ja vás vítam pri mojom videu. Tak toto je presne ono. Natáčam to pretože vidíme, čo sa teraz začína diať. Všade po médiách a už aj niekoľko rokov predtým nás na toto psychicky pripravovali na tento veľký podvod, hlavne na ľudí, ktorí tu ostanú zanechaní. Celé mesiace sme my proroci hovorili po celej zemi, že čoskoro uvidíte ľudí hovoriť o UFO. Keď cirkev zmizne, teda bude vytrhnutá, tak vlády po celej zemi povedia, že sme boli zajatí UFO. Proroci po celej zemi, alebo Boží posly, ako chcete, nás nazývate, tak sme o tom rozprávali už dávnejšie. Mnohí z vás, ako ja a ďalší po celej zemi, sme prorokovali o tom, že sa nám ukázali zjavenia od Pána, že príde veľký podvod na ľudí. Príde veľký podvod s menom UFO na ľudí. Hneď po bezprostrednom vytrhnutí cirkvi zo zeme. Mnohí nás nazývate falošnými prorokmi, ale tieto zjavenia od Pána sú čisté varovanie pre ľudí, ktorí tu zostanú. A označované ako veľký podvod, ktorý sa chystá pre národ. Mnohí z vás, ako ja a ďalší, sme prorokovali, že to v podstate nebudú mimozemšťania, ale budú to padlí anjeli, čiže démoni na planéte, mimo nášho priestoru. Toto je ďalší dôkaz, že vytrhnutie príde už čoskoro. Antikrist nechce, aby sa ľudia modlili k Bohu, takže povedia, že to boli mimozemšťania, ktorí nás uniesli. Toto je dôležité poznanie pre všetkých, ktorí toto potrebujete vedieť. Pripravovalo sa to už niekoľko rokov a teraz postupne sa to v priebehu rokov len zvýšilo, najmä v rokoch od 2000 až do teraz 2024. Nevšimli ste si to, bolo to normalizované ako normálne naprogramované v médiách, v televízii, v kinách, na sociálnych médiách, reklamách a tak ďalej. UFO podvod, ktorý prichádza bez ohľadu na to, čo budú nazývať, buď ako chcete, projekt Modrý lúč, teda Blue Beam, o ktorom sme počuli, a takisto o tom je veľa vecí aj na internete. To nie je nič nové. Nezáleží na tom, ako to urobia. Keď bude najväčšia udalosť v histórii, čo bude vytrhnutie cirkvi, ktorá sa stane, alebo keď teda odíde Kristova nevesta, ako chcete, tak povedia: kresťanov uniesli mimozemšťania. Toto bude obrovský podvod na ľudí, ktorý sa chystá. Takto to jednoducho vysvetlia. Začne sa podvod s mimozemšťanmi, ale my vieme, že títo mimozemšťania sú v skutočnosti padlí anjeli, teda démoni. Títo padlí anjeli, teda démoni, ktorí sú padlými anjelmi a u nich označovaných ako UFO, sa v tom čase prejavia na zemi, aby klamali, pretože títo ľudia nehľadali pravdu Božiu. Môžete si prečítať 2. TESALONIČANOM 2:1-17. Tak sa musíme modliť, aby sme boli uznaní za hodných postaviť sa pred synom človeka, pretože čoskoro príde náš král. Budú tiež udalosti konca času, ako poznáme. Budú mega zemetrasenia, tsunami a tak ďalej. Takže musíme veriť v Ježiša Krista, v jeho príchod a činiť pokánie z našich hriechov. Priatelia, neznevažujte prorocké zjavenia, ktorí dostávajú Boží posly po celom svete od samotného Boha. Nezatracujte tieto varovania, pretože sú to veľmi, veľmi podstatné varovania v týchto posledných časoch, ktoré žijeme. Sú to varovania, ktoré vás majú pripraviť na toto, čo prichádza. Majú zobudiť ľudí, prebudiť ľudí, ktorí ešte spia, ktorí si stále myslia, že bude stále dobre. Neopierajte sa o vlády, o človeka, opierajte sa o Boha. Boh nám dáva zjavenia a odhaluje nám, čo sa bude diať a čo prichádza na tento svet. Cez Božích prorokov k nám hovorí, aby sme sa pripravili ako cirkev na vytrhnutie. Pozbudzuje nás v tom, pretože žijeme posledné časy a varuje ďalších ľudí ohľadom tohto podvodu, ktorý sa chystá na túto planetu. Pre všetkých ostatných, ktorí ešte neuverili Pána, nemajú vieru alebo sú vlážnymi kresťanmi. Ľudia, spamätajte sa, pretože hodina Pána prichádza a príde na vás, na všetkých ako pasca. Na všetkých, ktorí neveríte týmto veciam, že sa toto deje, že Boh môže dávať aj takéto zjavenia prorokom, ktorí varujú pred týmto podvodom, pred týmto obrovským podvodom, ktorý prichádza. Nech je Božia milosť s vami všetkými. Vieme, v akej dobe sa nachádzame.
Government hid UFO evidence for decades.
This is where the cover-up began, to keep the truth about UFOs from the public.
But did that conspiracy reach all the way to our presidents?
UFOs were flying over the Capitol and the White House, which is an entirely restricted airspace.
This is happening in Miami right now. What is even happening on this earth? So you mean to tell me they had the UFO hearing, and all of a sudden they've been seeing these things all over the freaking sky? Come on, guys, you have got to be thinking what I'm thinking. There are no coincidences whatsoever. We're about to see things that changes all of humanity. Be right back.
What the is that over Miami right now? That is seriously weird. We've got some decent cloud cover, but what the three over there look one randomly moving. What is that? Wait, what is that?
Quick PSA for the people who don't know. Aliens or greys are quite literally flesh and biological suits made by fallen angels and mankind. And they are holding the spirits of the Nephilim or demons. This season of Earth is going to be awesome. So if you missed the Congress hearing today about our extraterrestrial friends, which they say do in fact certainly exist, then I gotcha. Not only do they talk about the biologics as being real, and we have the biologics, meaning the bodies, they also talk about the UAPs being a spiritual device that literally is controlled by their brain. So I've been telling y'all for a while now, a lot of these orbs that we see in this Starlink and all these weird things are actually fallen angels, as well as reverse engineered actual crap, like physical crap by our government. So now we'll get into how these UAPs are again controlled by consciousness or mind-body connections. Now remember, there's a lot of different things happening in the sky right now. There are physical crap, there are spiritual things in the sky, and there's things of our own in the sky. And this is a great deception, so remember we have a bunch of key players. We have fallen angels, we have spiritual beings, and we have flesh made by the fallen angels and spiritual beings inhabit, otherwise known as grays. And don't even make me speak about the men in black.
Mr. Elizondo, in regards to these aircraft being piloted by whatever they might be, non-human biologics, would you agree that it's likely that they are being piloted by some mind-body connection?
Ma'am, I think it is safe to presume here that they are being intelligently controlled because they, in some cases, seem to anticipate our maneuvers.
Now I want to stop right here and point out the fact that he said that they know your next move. That's not only a trait of spiritual beings, but also, astral projection and remote viewing goes back to biblical times, with demons literally putting their hand on the head of a human and taking them out their body. And of course, again, you see right here that our own has used this before. They use it for intelligence gathering and great conflicts and really whatever they want to. Time only exists to us humans who are limited by time, but to other beings, spiritual beings, there is no time.
In the discussions, it's simply about material, or is there discussion about it was previously testified that there was biologics that were collected. Are you aware of any of that?
I am, sir, aware of the reporting that biologics have been recovered. Again, my focus was more nuts and bolts, looking at the physical aspects of these phenomenon, how they interacted around military equities and nuclear equities. So I'm certainly not a medical expert.
You heard what they said, right? They're very, very interested in our nuclear capabilities. I wonder why. If there was an extraterrestrial threat, I wonder how fast our differences would aside. Ronald Reagan. And besides the UAPs being spiritual phenomenon, and the physical craft, not the spiritual, but the physical craft being maneuvered by multi-dimensional beings, we see that the human body can't take up to 8 Gs of force, and these UFOs or UAPs have 3,000 Gs, and our fastest jet going 17 Gs, that's as fast as it can go before the physicals of that jet start breaking down.
Scientific perspective. So if you look at, for example, instantaneous acceleration, which was one of the observables of the program that I belong to, ATIP, the human body can withstand about 9 G forces for a short period of time before you suffer negative biological consequences, blackouts and ultimately redouts and even death. Comparison, our best technology, the F-16, which is one of this older platform, but one of our most highly maneuverable aircraft, manned aircraft, made by General Dynamics, can perform about 17 or 18 G forces before you start having structural failure, meaning.
Now, this is a great time for me to say, don't trust any of these guys. Why? Because for decades now, they've been silencing people who came out with this information. And we have a few people, him, Stephen Greer, who can come out and say whatever they want to. Get what I'm saying? Let me make this clear. I'm not against Luis or Stephen Greer or any of them. I'm just saying we cannot trust any of them. It came out in this Congress hearing that other governments are literally in talk with these extraterrestrials. And none of them has said a word, but also they say that we've been in talks with them and a certain friendly country with us for decades. Now many people will say, well, why is there no video evidence? There actually is, so listen to this and I'll show you the videotape.
If I am truly in danger, that means that this film and this being is real, and God help me. But if I'm truly in danger and this being is real, that means the extraterrestrial program is also real. And I say, God help us all.
And right here is that video. In short, there's a lot of people saying that guy might be in danger for leaking this video. I'll have to make part 2. I'll close in saying, it appears there's a great, massive deception that's coming. That's not only physical, but spiritual, multi-dimensional, with a whole bunch of key players that exist in our sky. Key players which seem to have been in contact with the structure of power in the world for decades. And lastly, it's crazy how damaged the human psyche is because they can come out and say these things exist and no one even gives a crap. But we're about to see them.